I grew up in Belgium and I lived there for about 10 years. I went to middle school there and then I moved to Turkey for high school. I graduated from Turkey at age 17 and I went to study in the UK. So I went to the University of Durham where I did my degree in biomedical sciences. I continued with a master's in neuroscience in London at UCL. Once I got back, basically I was on scholarship. So I started working in a hospital in Abu Dhabi, and first I sort of focused on lab work, and then I was upgraded, as they say, to coordinating a stroke program. But when I was there, I really didn't feel fulfilled, so I felt like, I really didn't enjoy my work. The best part of my job was interacting with patients. So, I realized through that I'm kind of more sociable and I like being around people. So I left that job sort of after 2 years, made sure everything was in place, and then I started training in a production company. And basically I had to find my own opportunities because I knew that I really had a passion for film, and I had done sort of acting when I was younger, and I loved the film industry, and I used to see it on TV all the time and say, oh, I wish I was part of this. And it got to the point where I was just really, really frustrated. So I had no choice but to leave. And then once I left, I started at this production company and I had to look for my own opportunities. So I ended up going to festivals. My first film festival was Berlin Film Festival. And then when I came back, I made my first film. And my first film was called Happy Marathi, and I screened that at Dubai Film Festival in 2012, and the journey kind of commenced there. I became forever known, and I'm still known as a filmmaker, a director and a producer. I'm a very driven person. I'm very ambitious, I'm very passionate, and I really have this mantra of you only live life once, and I've tasted the sour, and I really didn't feel like my place was there. So I felt like I have to keep going, I have to keep doing what I love, and that meant that I had to work harder than everybody else, because some people had the opportunity to study things or had were lucky in that they got to do what they loved. But for me, I had to really chase what I wanted to do, and so I just kept finding my own opportunities and challenges. I started reading up a lot. I started trying to grab everything that I could in order to do it. So I'm a very driven person, and like if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something. Like that's that. Like I put my foot down and I go for it. There are no real barriers for me. I feel like everyone on this earth is born with a talent or an ability or a gift, whether it's your kind heart, whether it's your analytical skills, whether it's, it could be a talent, maybe you're a musician or an artist or a scientist, or you're very organized. I think everyone's born with certain skills and gifts and talents, and they use those talents to better the world. And for me, I feel like my thing, my love, my passion, my talent is in visual communication, as it were, and creating films. Like I tell stories to audiences, and I move them, and I put an emotional spin on things, and in that way I feel like I can influence the world. What's important to me is society, because I feel like I'm a bit of an activist. I never was, but it just kind of grew on me, and I feel like because I'm an Arab, but I was born outside the element of being an Arab, I feel like I have a duty to this region, to kind of represent like my people and help my people and get the stories out there. Like I'm all about people. A lot of my films are about are social films, bringing about social change or having a message or putting people in a different kind of element. I like people to see something that they haven't seen before. I like them to be out of their comfort zone and to explore different ways of being, Like you're a sane person, watch a film about, say, depression, you know what I mean? Or if you're a depressed person, watch, a film about some euphoric, crazy nut. Like it's just changing the elements and allowing people to see different things visually. Yeah, definitely. If you look at the statistics in the UK, in the US, female directors only constitute like 7%, 10% at most of the filmmakers, or usually women constitute that percentage of the film community as a whole. In the Arab region, it's more like 50-60%. You know, we actually have more women in the media sector and in the industry than we do men, and that says a lot. I think future generations, and women in particular, I think a lot of the things that we struggle with is issues of sort of self-esteem and self-belief. A lot of people have this idea, because I'm from this region or this age or this race or nationality or whatever it is, you know, whatever they get there from, they think I can't do it. But I think anyone can do anything if they put their mind to it. For me, I feel like if you really want something, you should go and get it, and there should never be a barrier. There's no such thing as a barrier. The only barriers you create are the ones that you create for yourself. So I think you really need to get out there, you need to challenge yourself, you need to do things, and just say that I can, you know. We can do it. I really feel like women are the future of this region, and I think it's because they've been kind of pushed aside a little bit, or for far too long. You know, you have people treat women in a patronizing way, and I think they kind of resent that, and I feel that, and myself included, you know, and I feel like that's what's really pushed women to go out. Now you feel like they're the ones getting their education when men are not getting their education as much. You know, we have women, especially here, who are more accomplished and kind of developed in an educational sense. I feel that, you know, women, they go out and they find more opportunities, they break down more barriers. I mean, they really are the future of the Arab region. They're the ones who are the, you know, movers and shakers. They're the ones who are doing things. They should keep pursuing that. We can definitely do it. I mean, we need to support each other. We need to pull each other up. Like, we need to put aside our differences. We need to put aside jealousy and the resentment, and we need to really carry each other, because if you want to create something of yourself, you can't do it by yourself. You have to have people around you, whether you support them, whether you help them, and it's your duty to give back. I mean, at the end of the day, when you die, when you're dead and gone, you know, who's going to remember you? The people who are going to remember you are the people you taught, the people you gave something to. So be one of those people. نحن قادرات. We can do it.